Well, hello there. Welcome to another episode of Ordinary Guys Bourbon Series 3. This is a back-to-back episode, so that's kind of exciting.
Yeah.
We just recorded one.
That's right.
This one won't come on for a couple weeks.
Okay.
Right? So this might be episode 4, maybe episode 5.
Yeah.
Right?
Okay.
But we'll get there eventually.
Sure.
Right? So the last time our back-to-back, I guess the game 1 of our back-to-back set was a shorty.
Yeah.
Right? We got right into the business.
Right.
This one, we're going to go back to our original format, talk a little bit more, right? I've got some questions lined up here.
Okay.
Okay. So, Dad, you retired from Ford after what? How many?
34 years.
34 years.
Yeah.
And the last, all I remember is you being a materials engineer.
Materials engineer probably at least 20 years. And then I worked in the lab doing testing, fracture analysis, that kind of stuff.
Okay.
For about 10, 15 years too.
Before the materials engineer.
Yeah.
And so like some of the people that I know that you were your LFOM crew, right? Last Friday of the month.
Yeah.
Right, like Nabi, right?
It's LTO on it. That's the last Tuesday.
Tuesday of the month. Okay. Well, you got to keep it fresh, I guess.
That's right.
But like Ted Hirozi,
yeah.
Mr. Hirozi. There's a guy named Achenbach, I think.
Bob Achenbach.
Farmer. Who's the guy that was a truck driver after he retired?
Oh, John Reinholz.
John Reinholz, right? Now,
he got his license, but he never drove a truck.
Well, but he was ready.
He was ready. Never drove a truck.
And I think like a few months after you guys retired, because you guys all went out at the same time. You and John did, right?
2006.
But I think I would have joined you for it might have been an LFOM at this point.
Yeah.
But he was talking about how like there was a light on the side of the trailer, and that's how the ABS was working or something.
Something like that, yeah.
And he was talking about there being baffles in liquid tankers, which makes sense, right? If you slam on the brakes, you don't want that whole slosh of water. I thought that was interesting.
Yeah.
But so materials engineer for 15, 20 years, right? That's the tail end. Before that,
testing engineer.
Testing validation engineer. Now, but that was at Ford. Now you did, I don't know if you'd like to talk about this, maybe I have to edit this out, but you did work at General Motors for
about 2.5 years.
2.5 years.
GM.
And that was at the Tech Center up in,
Center, right?
Where is that?
Warren, Michigan.
Warren. What did you do there? Same kind of thing? Or?
Metals again. I did a lot in powder metallurgy.
Okay.
So, yeah.
So, and when we talk about like materials engineering, I know a lot of stuff you did had to do with like brakes and exhaust.
Brakes, exhaust, and wheels.
Okay.
Yeah.
So it was like the coating on the wheels and the brakes, or was it the actual metallurgy of
the materials also and the coatings?
Okay.
Yeah.
So that's back when people had to be smart to be engineers.
That's right.
Now they just hand it out like if you can have, you might be an engineer.
Suppliers, yeah.
I was asking someone at work the other day, and it sounds like it's a condescending comment, but like I was thinking about, like you can't call yourself a doctor if you didn't go to medical school.
That's right.
Right? You can't call yourself a lawyer if you didn't go to law school.
Right.
But we toss around the title of engineer, like it's going out of style.
That's right.
Right? And I wonder if it's because there's a shortage of people that have engineering skills and engineering background, or if they, I think like an attorney and a doctor is more of a guild profession, right? And I don't think there's any like, unless you're a professional engineer, I don't think there's any actual like certification to become an engineer.
Right.
Whereas you have to the medical exam, don't you have to take a board exam to be a doctor, and I think you have to take a bar exam, right?
Yeah.
To be an attorney.
Yeah.
But here's my question for you. So blank canvas, right? I mean, we talked in the first episode about how you had a Comet and a GTO, and you'd done some work kind of souping up those vehicles, right? And maybe like one thing led to another, and poof, now you're a materials engineer for 20 years, right? And you have nothing against that career. I'm sure you were pretty satisfied in it.
Yeah.
But if you could go back, right, blank canvas, you could pick any kind of profession in the world, right? I mean, maybe you're a car racer, right? I don't know.
I don't think so. No.
What would be something that would have interested you?
For a career?
Yeah.
Opening up a pizza shop.
Yeah.
Build your own pizzas.
Okay.
And I think that was on an episode of Seinfeld where Kramer had that idea.
Okay.
So,
Have you been to like Mod Pizza?
no.
It's like a Subway for pizza.
Oh, is it?
Yeah, you
But
go
they
in-
build, they build it for you, though.
Yeah, Blaze.
Yeah.
Yeah, but I don't know if I want all kinds of people digging in toppings from a sanitary
Like
perspective.
like a salad bar.
So you have the sneeze guard.
Yeah.
But still, some salad bars are a little sketchy.
They have the tongs.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah.
You ever know anyone that owned a pizzeria?
No.
I think you know Giancarlo.
Yeah.
His uncle, I think, is Freddie the Pizza Man.
Oh, is it?
Yeah.
That's high reviews on
On the Dave Portnoy's.
pizza. Yeah.
Yeah. So, and from what I think it was on the episode of the Barstool Pizza Review, I think he does a lot in charitable work,
Oh, does he?
right, as well. So he's got a great product, but I think one of the main reasons why he's in that is for the charity.
There was just a thing on Facebook, the best pizzerias in every state,
Oh boy, you're on the Facebook too?
and Freddy's was #1 for Michigan.
Better than Buddies?
Better than Buddies. Buddies just got sold
Really?
to an investment group.
Okay.
So yeah,
I think I like Louis more than Buddies.
yeah.
Yeah. What were those
Louis is
bottles
good.
they had dangling down?
Oh yeah, that's good.
What kind of wine was that?
Italian wine.
Chianti or something like that? I don't know. So here's part 2 of that question, right? So a lot of people that are my age are starting to get the itch to retire.
Yeah,
So you said you worked at Ford for 34 years and then you retired,
yeah,
right? And you were young,
yeah.
right? You're still young, but you know, younger.
You're gonna beat me on this one, huh?
Well, no, well, that's not what we're getting at. But I think, well, let's see if the channel takes off,
Yeah.
right? I mean, come on.
Yeah.
But you were, what, 52 when you retired?
53.
So 53. I think you got a pretty good plan put together. I mean,
Yeah.
you guys have been in the house here for what, 41 years, I think?
Close to it, yeah.
We'll go with 41.
Yeah.
Right? What were some things that kind of you didn't expect when you retired? Like, I didn't expect to have to do this, right?
I didn't expect Grandma moving in with us
Well-
the next day.
That was a problem.
But that
But
was
that worked out fine.
that's actually something that I look at and I take that as something that is something that I'd like to be able to facilitate,
Yeah.
right, at some point.
I was at my retirement party when I got a call from Mom saying, "Hey, we got to move Grandma out of this nursing home." So I had to leave. I was at Mr. Joe's with a bunch of guys.
In Novi or
No, in
Royal
was that
Oak?
Farmington? Mr. Joe's?
Telegram.
Okay. Or by Shields?
Yeah.
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 Okay.
So I had to leave there and help pack Grandma up
Yeah.
and move her here.
So here's what we've got today,
Okay.
right? That was good discussion,
Yeah.
right? This is Father Time, Second Child Syndrome,
Huh.
Precious Batch Kentucky Straight Bourbon Whiskey, right? This is a Jimgaffigan product.
Oh, is it?
Right. Yeah. So this is the Jimgaffigan product.
Oh.
This was, I think, the second release. Let's see if we get into that. So Father Time is a celebrity bourbon brought to us by comedian, prolific procreator, and bourbon lover Jim Gaffigan. Jim, a comedian that we both enjoy. We enjoyed Jim Gaffigan with the
Oh, yeah.
bacon. He teamed up with a guy named
Pockets.
Stu Pollard, a college friend, to introduce a limited lineup of bourbon starting in the spring of 2024.
Okay.
It started with Firstborn Edition, which I'm told lacked charisma. It was always studying.
Yeah.
It was no fun.
Yeah.
Right? You'd play catch with it, and it would just let the ball hit it in the head.
Oh.
Oh no, that's Alan. So Firstborn Edition was the first one. This is the second release, Second Child Syndrome. It was from fall of 2024. Right? So this is already, sold out. They followed this up with the Middle Child Mystery, and then Fourth and Long.
Huh.
Right? This month, actually, I think it's May of 2026. They'll be releasing the next line, which is called the Caboose, right? Which is also available in an empty nester cask strength variant. So let's get the bad out of the way. This is an NDP, non-distiller producer product, right? Most people, myself included, will shy away from these as the same liquids could be circulating in a variety of different bottles with different labels, right? So you get these big conglomerates that all they do is just churn out different varieties of bourbon,
Right.
and then anyone can come in, including distilleries, and slap their label on the bottle and say, look, this is ours.
Yeah.
We bottled it in Kentucky. I'm not trying to say that that's what they're doing precisely here, but this is made by a conglomerate, right?
Yeah.
The label does say that it was distilled in Kentucky, but the trail of which company actually distilled the product ran cold. Right, so I couldn't find out who actually distilled it. The good news, Jim Gaffigan, I think, genuinely likes bourbon. He's crafted entire comedy routines focusing on the product. And it is said that he's very involved in the selection process along with his friend Stu, both in decision making and financial backing. Each bottle is personally signed by Gaffigan right there.
Yeah.
And although I couldn't find any information about how many bottles were offered in each release, it is often referred to as a, quote, ultra limited release.
Okay.
Mash bill, couldn't find any information on that either. One website suggested it was 58% corn, 33% rye, and 9% malted barley.
Huh.
But that could be complete bullshit, who knows? So, again, we've got our custom cocktail.
Right.
Our Ordinary Guys Bourbon. This is the Double Silly Rabbit.
Silly rabbit.
Okay? Beautiful springtime drink.
Yeah.
This is May, before it gets too hot. It's a refreshing offering. Let me tell you the recipe for this. So in our glasses here, this is the Ordinary Guys Bourbon Double Silly Rabbit. 4 ounces of bourbon. You skip the 8 ounces of lemonade, good, because the glasses wouldn't be big. But Jacob, there's lemonade in the fridge in the garage.
Yeah.
But you skip the lemonade.
Yeah.
You skip the 2 dashes of Angostura bitters.
Yeah.
Right, and skip the orange slice, and you just serve it over ice.
Okay.
And you've got the Ordinary Guys Bourbon Double Silly Rabbit.
Sounds good.
Right, so that's the bourbon there.
Okay.
Here's the neat sample.
Okay, cheers.
Cheers to you, Dad.
That's good.
Well, compared to that last one we had, the last one wasn't a bourbon, right? But the last one was the Alabama whiskey.
Yeah.
And again, my palate prefers the sweetness in a bourbon,
Yeah. This is good.
but I think this is delicious.
Yeah.
And the last one was a lower proof,
Yeah.
right? It had, I think it said less than 4 years. This is over 4 years, I think.
What's the proof on this one?
I think it's 92.4. It said.
Oh.
But man, this one is
I liked it.
delicious.
Yeah.
I wonder if there's a lot of variation in the different releases he's had. I think Jim Gaffigan and Stu actually go pick the barrels. And I don't know how many barrels they pick. I mean,
Yeah.
they probably start off with less barrels, right? Maybe 100 barrels.
Yeah.
I don't know. That would give them like 2,500, no, 25,000 bottles ish,
Yeah.
right? Maybe less. Who knows? I think because every edition that they've had has sold out.
Where'd you pick this one up at?
I think I ordered this online. The same time I ordered you one for Christmas like 2 years ago.
Oh yeah.
I ordered one for myself, and this has been sitting around. So I sold it to the business,
Yeah.
and it allowed us to have the sample today.
Uh-huh.
But I wonder if they're all similar. The first release, second release, third release. I might have to pick up a bottle if I can when they have this caboose.
Caboose.
I think the caboose is like the last kid. I think Jim Gaffigan has 5 kids. This is the
Yeah.
5th. So I wonder what he does next. But so let's get into the scoring. Man, the Silly Rabbit is delicious. Double Silly Rabbit. Man, a little more on that. So Heritage, this is where a bourbon like this, to me, has trouble.
Yeah.
Right? I love the idea. I love the initiative. I love that Jim Gaffigan's an advocate, a spokesperson for bourbon. But I mean, there's no history here.
No.
None. And I don't know where he was buying this from. I don't know if it was an established like MGP,
Yeah.
or if it was just some guy making a hooch in his garage. Who knows? It wouldn't be that.
I think I'm gonna give it a 5.
I think I'm gonna lower than that. I'm gonna go with a 4. I mean, there's just no history to me. Taste and drinkability though, maximum 40.
I liked it. It was real good. I think I'm gonna give it 34, 35, something like that.
Do you sometimes you prefer the neat over the
neat was really
mixed.
good.
Yeah, I thought so too. Normally, I don't like the neat very much.
I'm gonna give it a 35.
I'm gonna go with the 34.
Affordability.
Affordability. This is $149.
Whoa.
Yeah. So that, but you're paying for the signature on the bottle too. You know.
I don't think I'd pay for that.
Is your mic on?
Is it off?
You got a light on. Yeah. Affordability. Maximum 20.
I'm gonna give it a 4.
Yeah, I think I'm there with you. A little bit higher. I think I'm gonna go with a 6. Availability, it's widely available.
Is it?
Right. You buy them online mostly.
Yeah.
There are online vendors that will go ahead and sell it as well.
Yeah.
I've never seen it in a store. But again, I don't know that's their distribution channel. But available everywhere, very, very limited release.
Yeah.
And not in a traditional distribution channel of the local liquor store. I think that counts against it, I think.
Yeah.
Maximum here is 15. I'm going to give it an 8.
I think I'm gonna give it a 10.
And then, in fact, no, I'm going to give it a 6.
Oh.
And then design. So we had that bottle that,
Oh, I like
that
it.
I've given
I
you.
like
That,
it. I
that
like it.
stopper
Stopper
is
is nice.
one of the best.
Yeah.
It's got some heft to it.
Yeah. That is nice.
And there's a story about like the person on the front of the bottle. I think that's his. Maybe it's his paternal grandmother. Maybe it's his grandfather. I don't know what it is. It's a male, so it's not his grandmother.
Yeah.
And then there's pictures on the back as well that are other family members in the Gaffigan clan, I think.
Yeah. Except for this guy.
Who's that guy?
I don't know.
Oh, he looks kind of angry.
Yeah.
But I think it's a beautiful bottle. The stopper is almost 1 or 2 points just by itself. It's got some. I like the shape. What's about it?
How's the bottom?
You're into the bottom of the bottles. That's your
nothing
thing.
there, nothing there.
Nothing fancy there.
No.
This one also. This was kind of neat. I didn't do any research about this, but I did notice it. On the side, it said it's dedicated to my sister, Catherine Elizabeth Gaffigan, December 8th, 1958 to August 5th, 2024. So it doesn't reference that anywhere prominently, but it's kind of neat, I think, that his sister must have passed, and he wanted to honor her on the bottle. I thought that was kind of neat on the label.
Yeah.
I'm going to give this one,
I give it an 8.
I'm going to give it a 9.
Oh.
I'm going to give it a 9.
Yeah, 62.
I've got a 59. I'll tell you what, to me, it's interesting because this is absolutely a bottle. I wish I had the whole collection, right? That I could put on the bar,
Yeah.
right? I think the liquid is delicious,
Yeah.
right? And in our scoring system, which again we revised just this year,
Yeah.
but in our scoring system we do put a huge emphasis on heritage, right? And that's really the only heritage and availability were
Availability,
the
yeah.
two areas that really, well, affordability, heritage and affordability. So I guess 3 areas. But the taste is good.
Taste is good, but how much was this bottle again?
$150.
Yeah. Little steep, for sure.
Yeah. But so that's Jim Gaffigan's. This is Second Child Syndrome,
Yeah.
right? Sold out. Right. So I don't know even why we're doing the review, but and I'll try to get a bottle of the new release.
Yeah.
And we'll review that as
The
well.
caboose?
The caboose. And just so everybody knows, again, this episode will come out sometime end of May,
Yeah.
I think. And it should still be available. So go to I think jimgaffigan.com you can get it on, or Fathertime Spirits, I think it's called. I'll find the website. I'll throw it on the screen over here.
Yeah.
But I think it's kind of neat. 59 for me, 62 for you. Until next time, from Ordinary Guys Bourbon.
Cheers.
Cheers.